Hello friends, Tanya here with another video for Spellbinders and the 2024 Crafty Advent Calendar. Let's open the door for day 23 and see what we have. It looks like another die set, and it's a cute little kitty floating up on a balloon. We'll put those together, and there aren't very many pieces for this one. They do have a die that die cuts the nose, the piece that backs the nose where the hole is on the main piece, which again, I love it when there is a die that will cover the fallout area. Next, we have the strings that are tied around the waist of the cat. There's a little bow combined in that. Then there is the string that ties the end of the balloon and goes over the knotted area. And then you can attach that to the cat and he'll look like a little floating kitty, he or she. You could make this hang from his hand or like it's tied around his waist, which is what it kind of looks like. We're going to start out with some ink blending, Salvaged Patina and Tumbled Glass Distress Oxides on this 3 by 6 inch piece of cardstock, because this kitty is just begging to be on a mini slimline card. I'm just going for a light sky type background, and it's nice to combine a couple of different colors here. I decided to make this a little more intense for the plan that I have for this, and you could stop with just the ink blending and place your cat and the balloons on this background, but I'm going to take it a step farther. Now that I'm done ink blending, it's time to bring in the next step, which is the 3D embossing folder Party Balloons. This is from Simon Hurley's Birthday Bash collection, and we're going to use a couple other components from that collection. Now that I have embossed this piece of cardstock, and I did use a heavyweight white cardstock, we're also going to use the layered party balloons. This stencil was created to coordinate with the with the Party Balloons embossing folder. Now each of these layers of stencil have a different shape of balloon featured. This one is the heart balloons, and then there's one for the circle balloons, and one for the star balloons, and then one to make shine marks on all of the balloons. This way you can color each different kind of balloon a different color, or you can actually just choose a different color for every single balloon very easily. I'm just able to pop this over the embossed balloon areas. It just slides right in place, and add some white pigment ink. This happens to be the Atelier Shark Tooth White. You can use whatever you have in your stash. That's the one large white pigment ink pad I have. Next, we're going to use the Distress Texture Paste in Sparkle to add our little shine marks. Just using a palette knife to apply a little bit of this texture paste in each of the holes. This particular texture paste is it's very loose and creamy. It's wetter texture paste than many of the others from the Distress line. I do have a piece of press and seal over this jar, and I push it down against the product inside the jar to help keep it from drying out. And the last time I used that was a year ago, and it's working great. Now it's time to start assembling this card. I've added some extra cardstock behind this embossed and stenciled portion, and I did have to set that aside and let it dry. I let it dry for about a half hour before I moved on, just to make sure that texture paste was good and dry so it would be easier to assemble. I die cut 2 more heart balloons with the Advent calendar die for the 23rd day, and I added the strings on those also. And you can see the sparkle of those shine marks on the balloons. I wanted to use white pigment ink on those to make them look like balloon-shaped clouds. Just very whimsical is what I was thinking. I added some extra cardstock behind the cat and behind each of these balloons before I adhered them to the card front. Just using my Bearly Arts precision glue and some scraps of cardstock. Now I'll add a little bit of glue on the string and on the extra cardstock on the back and place those on the card front, tucking the end of the gold string under the red heart balloon. Now that we have all of the other pieces on the front of the card, let's get some sentiments. We're going to use the Birthday Sentiments Glimmer Foil. Sorry, yeah, that's a Glimmer Foil plate. It's one plate that foils a whole bunch of sentiments and then one die that die cuts all of them. And you can see I have my quick and easy way to store those sentiments. And I had foiled these for a previous project and had a bunch of sentiments left to use whenever I need them. So I chose Make a Wish and Happy Birthday. I cut some extra layers to go behind the Make a Wish, just using the same die that die cuts this sentiment. Adhered those together, and now I'm trying to figure out the best placement for these. And I thought in that bunch of balloons was the best place to put it. Inside the card, we're just going to carefully place the Happy Birthday. And I did not make sure this was going to fit before I chose it. And it just fits inside of our 3.5 by 6.5 inch mini slimline card. Next, we're going to use the sequins from day 18 from the Crafty Advent Calendar. These are the really pretty minty aqua green colored sequins, and they actually coordinate pretty nicely with the Salvaged Patina and Tumbled glass ink blended background. Now that I've adhered some to the front of the card, let's add a few more to the inside of the card. I'm just doing a scattering of 3 sequins on the inside because, yeah, I really do like adding sequins to the inside of the card. It's a fun little surprise. That's it for day 23. I hope you enjoyed this video. I, of course, enjoyed making it. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done that yet, and check that description box below for a link to all of the products that I used today. Until next time, here are a couple more videos I thought you might enjoy. Bye-bye.